The first contract I got when I went to Connecticut, I was making $50,000 a week. Swear to God, bro, I couldn't sleep at night.
Sheesh.
Cause I was like, how can a nigga come from making $130 a year as a salary to $50,000 a week take home? I'm in the bed like this. God, just please don't take it from me tomorrow. I need 2 more weeks. Like roofing, how it's a marketing and sales tax, it's just like street money. It's just somebody going to your door, knocking on it, hustling, selling you something that you need already, convincing you that you need it. You're making money, that's it. What's the difference between the drug dealers? Most successful drug dealers could be business owners.
We get to the camera real quick. Now, next one, we're going to talk about numbers.
Financial literacy.
Numbers.
When you get the money, what to do with the money, how to keep the money, how to retire with the money, how to get you a bad bitch, the cars, and the house with the money.
They say an entrepreneur's dream is to make his first million, then double that, then 3 million, then 4 million, and 5 million. Well, my guest today has achieved that plus more. Welcome to the Rich Talk Podcast. My guest today is no other than one of the bright, brilliant young men in the game doing this thing, man. I knew this guy for a while and just picking his head apart, man. He's a very brilliant man. I want y'all to welcome my man, Carmelo Salva. How you doing, my brother? Hey, good to have you on my show, man. You know,
Thanks for having
this
me.
like what episode is this? This like episode 3. This episode 3, man. I'm glad how old are you, man?
Man, just turned 42.
So you 42 with
42.
loyalty. Happy birthday, by the way.
January 30th.
Hey, what you do for your birthday?
Turn up.
I mean, what did
Too
you
much.
do?
Went
Too
out,
much?
drank, ate.
You didn't go out of town?
Nah, not this year. Nah, you know, I did all that for the 40th. I went crazy for the 40th. So
crazy?
this year I was like, you know what, 42. But to be honest, I opened up some other markets this year. So 42, I was really focused on the business. Matter of fact, on my birthday, I signed one of the biggest contracts I ever signed, $12 million.
$12 million
$12 million
contract. What
on
kind
my
of
birthday.
contract was it?
A remodeling contract.
For what? Apartment complex? For
Yeah, guy bought an apartment complex up in Maryland. And I was the day of my birthday, I was sitting in the office, I was waiting. He was like, look, man, I'm about to send you the contract.
So when you see them numbers, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I mean, at first, I'll be honest, at first it was a feeling like, damn, I'm really doing this. But then after a while, it came customary, regular, normal.
Sheesh. Hey, look, I'm trying.
Took a while.
Look,
Took a while.
look, my aim is to get there, man. I'm heading to my first million soon, and you know, once I see them numbers, man, I'll be comfortable with it, man. So, you own a multi-million-dollar roofing company,
Yeah.
right? Lord,
Yeah.
it's glad to really, you know what I'm saying, see a black man really doing stuff like that, because you don't see too many people in the community that could say, you know what, I own a multi-million-dollar business at your age, because you're still young, you know. So like I was like in my intro, I said, entrepreneur's dream is to make his first million, right? How did you feel when you made your first million?
I don't know. They got a saying, man. It says the easiest thing I could do was make my first million. The hardest thing I could ever do was believe I could achieve it, to be honest. And I made my first million, man, the shit just kind of happened. I'll be honest, I felt like I was 10 toes down. I was grinding and it just happened. I was working. Then I looked up. I was like, damn, I done made $1 million in revenue for the business. You know what I'm saying? That's how I first started, you know? And that took me a year or two. And then it just kept coming in. At one point, I'll never forget it, man. I got a phone call from a company in Connecticut.
Okay.
They said, will you come up here and roof? I was like, Connecticut? I didn't have a truck. I was still coming out the whip. Went and bought a truck. I said, man, I'll come up there. Came up there, brought my crew up there. They gave me the list of jobs.
Mm-hmm.
The list of jobs was probably as long as my arm. No bull. Probably 100 jobs. They was like, look, we need somebody to facilitate these jobs. Can you do it? And I said, I got my crew here, split my crew in half, pumping out. I was making 50,000 take home a week.
Sheesh.
For 6 months. In a state I had never been in. 50,000 a week take home. I was invoicing 150,000, taking home 50. And that shit happened off a phone call and me saying, I'll go.
Wow.
One phone call.
Damn. So you was making $50,000 a week.
50 a week.
For 6 months.
For 6 months.
Sheesh. So let me ask you this. What's the most money that you ever made in 1 year?
Most money ever we did, this year was a good year. We did 9.5 million as a company.
You talk like $9.5 million just some money on the ground.
It ain't
so much.
It ain't that. But when I look at like the big, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you should always, I model my company after a bigger brand. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm never chasing an individual, but I'm always chasing a bigger company. So I look at the big companies that got contracts with the Walmarts, the Targets, you know, big companies, man, they bringing in 230 million in revenue.
And that's where you're trying to get at, right?
That's what we're trying to get to. So when I say 9.5, I don't say it like it's short numbers. I just say it like, man, there's so much more ground I got to go. You know what I'm saying? So much more I got to achieve. So I ain't just gonna like, you know, I look at 9.5 like, yeah, we're a 7-figure company. We doing good. But then what's the next step? So every year it's always like, what's the next step? Where we gonna go next? You know what I'm saying? How can I evolve?
So let me ask you this, right? We all came from humble beginnings, right?
For sure.
Some of us, we grew up a little rough, right? But sometimes when you're successful, man, sometimes you sit back, man, and you lament on your success and the things that you have achieved, right? So when you see stuff like that, how do you feel when you sit back, man, you think about all your achievements to this day, man? How does that make you feel?
I mean, to me, the achievements are cool. They there. But just to me, I just want more. Maybe that's just me.
But is it surreal though? Like when you think back from where you, how you started.
It's surreal.
You feel what I'm saying? Because that's how I be sometimes, right? Like sometimes I sit back, man, I think about how far I came because I wasn't born here. I was born back in Africa, back in Ghana, where we used to get up every morning and we had to go a mile, maybe 2 miles to fetch water just to take a bath. You feel me? And most of the bathrooms was public. You feel me? So looking at from where I came, you know what I'm saying, to where I am now, it's like, it's surreal to me. So when I see people coming from humble beginnings and grew up a little rough and I see the achievements, I just take my hat off to them. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes I sit back and I'm like, this is beautiful because imagination is key. Because without imagination, if you cannot put it in your mind, it cannot come to reality. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I asked you that question. Like sometimes when you sit back, man, and look at where you came from to where you are now, man, how do it make you feel?
Man, I'm from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? I just be honest, like when I left Alabama as a kid, after growing up in group homes, my mom was always there.
Grew up in group homes?
I grew up in group homes, yeah. My mom was always there, but I was a knucklehead, stayed in a lot of fights. A lot of people look at me now, they be like, Melo fight? Nah, that nigga ain't fighting. But back in the day, you know, it was what it was.
You don't look like a fighter. You look like more of a lover, brother.
Man, you know, you change, I say the money will evolve you. You know what I'm saying? Because now I got, you know, back in the day when I was fighting, I ain't had shit to think about the next day. Now if I have to crack a nigga in his head, I'm thinking like, damn, tomorrow I got to get up to work, mess up my money. Nobody messing up their money. Not for no knucklehead. Nigga step on my shoe in the club, spill a drink on me. I might tell him, my bad, bro. Excuse me. I was in your way. Yeah. I got shit to do tomorrow. But being from Alabama, man, I just grown up in group homes. I had foster parents that were very influential in my life.
They're still in your life to this day?
No, they, you know, it was when I was younger then. But you know what I'm saying? I got to see a little bit of black people being successful. Okay. But I tell people all the time, like, where I'm from, you didn't see a lot of black successful people. It took for me to go to the military when I was young, you know what I'm saying, to move up to DC area, to go into the buoys and the, you know what I'm saying, just in the Rockville and really kind of see some black people that kind of had some going from the big houses. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really seeing a lot of that in Alabama because everybody in the hood. But I don't know if you know the story, man, but my mom made me get on that bus. She made me get on that bus to go
Talk
to the
about
Navy.
that. What you mean your mom made you get on the bus?
Man, I went down to Atlanta with my stepbrother on some wild shit. Long story short, I was driving the car. He had a pistol on him. Went up sliding out the damn parking lot after altercation, and the police got behind us. So I'm running from the police. Long story short, I almost get away. I run down a goddamn one-way street. Not a one-way, a dead-end street. In Atlanta, a dead end.
In Atlanta? Yeah. So you went from Alabama to Atlanta?
Yeah, because I got kicked out of the whole Alabama school system when I was young. I went to 5 high schools before I graduated.
How old was you when you went from Alabama to Atlanta?
Shit, I was 16.
Got kicked out of 5 high schools?
Went to 4 high schools, kicked out. But my caseworker, because like I said, I was in foster home, she got me back in Alabama after I went to Atlanta and got in some trouble. This trouble I'm talking about. End up, like I say, one dead end street, pistol. My brother threw the pistol out. He threw it like this. Cause he said, I'm gonna come get that. I'm gonna come get this later.
He had a little landmark.
Yeah, he had a landmark. I'm gonna come get this later. Police run down us. I ended up getting locked up. And at the time in high school, I used to mess with my Navy recruiter. Like me and her was cool. I used to, talk to her all the time. Her name was Miss Jemison. And she actually came to quote me that one time. She was like, look, you're a bright young man. You got a future. I see it in you. And sometimes I tell people all the time, man, people gonna see things in you that you will never see in yourself.
Facts.
Because people told me when I was young, he was like, you gonna be an entrepreneur one day. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm gonna get me a job. I'm gonna get me a couple dollars. I'm gonna get me the chick I want. I'm gonna go sit the fuck down.
So what made them see that entrepreneurship in you? Like, what was you doing for them to say that?
I don't know, but I remember after being in the Navy, my chief whooped my ass one good time. He said, if you take that energy that you got towards everything else and just put it into something positive, you'll be all right. So I just feel like people seeing something in me I ain't seeing myself.
You ain't seeing yourself.
Yeah, but it's like that sometimes, I feel like.
So you moved from Alabama to Atlanta. How did you connect to DC?
So the story about I had a decision to either go to prison or the Navy.
Okay. So
my recruiter came, she said, look, good young man, let him go to the military, do what he need to do for a year or two here. Then after that, we'll see how he do. So I joined the military and I liked it. So I stayed.
Okay.
Yep. I stayed in the military, ended up getting my clearance, doing very well. But I had that TSSCI clearance and, DC is, very known for like having a clearance.
Okay.
So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to move to DC when I got out. So I got out and I'm moving to, I moved to Fayetteville, North Carolina. Then I ended up moving to DC. Okay.
So coming from Alabama to DC, how was DC is different.
Man, DC way different.
Right?
Culture
DC
shock.
is different from Alabama. How was the culture shock from moving from down south to the East Coast?
Man, down south to DC was much different. I mean, it was a city life, I'm used to a country life. A good time for me was a barbecue and a good spade game. But a good time to DC was a go-go and something else. And I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't get with a go-go. All them goddamn pans and drums. Don't be mad at me, DC people. I'm sorry. But it was different. It was a culture shock, but I like DC's, I like the culture in DC because I seen black people really getting some money.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, that kind of made me really want to get some money. I had did the military. I knew what it's like to be, in the military, do okay there, get out, get a government job. It was cool there too. But I was like, man, fuck this. I need to get me some money. And I seen a lot of people getting some money in DC.
Yeah. So, when you came to DC, right? Matter of fact, let's go back. Let's stay on the military for a minute, right? What was you doing in the military as far as work?
So when I took the ASVAB, I did good in the math area.
Okay.
So I ended up coming in as an IT. So it was more like a computer engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a computer engineer in the military. So
did you like doing that?
I like doing it. The IT field got a lot of changes. You know what I'm saying? It always changes. It's just always changing. And to be honest, I ain't like change that much.
Okay. You still in the military? You still affiliated with the military, or you just?
I'm a disabled veteran. Okay. So I did do two tours that are significant. I did Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. So
you was in Iraq. How was that?
That was good. That was good.
It was hot.
When I was in Iraq, I was on a ship.
Okay.
But then when I got out of the military, I was a government contractor. So I did go to Iraq, Afghanistan. I was stationed there as a civilian.
So you was doing IT
as a civilian. Well, in the Navy, then I got out, but I was doing it as a civilian in Iraq and Afghanistan.
So IT and roofing, it's no correlation, right?
There ain't no
I'm trying to figure out how the hell you leave IT and start doing roofing.
Listen, it ain't no correlation. I'm in Park.
Okay.
Park at 14th
Club Park, right?
Club Park one
DC.
night. DC.
Okay.
I come in the club. I just came from Afghanistan. Had about 150 in my pocket, 150,000 in the bank.
Okay.
Come home for a little vacation. I go to Park. I tell them, man, fuck that. I want the best club in here. They say, you can't have that section. I said, why I can't have that section? They said, because somebody got that already. Man, I said, I'll buy 5 bottles. They say, you can't have that section.
So that means your money wasn't long. Pause. Money wasn't long enough.
It wasn't. Hell no. So I get the second best section. I'm turning up. Got a couple people with me. And this white guy come in the club. Walk in the club, kiss 2 girls. In the mouth, walk in the section. I said, oh shit, I see why I can't have that section. This motherfucker got like 7 girls with him. He kissed 2, but he got 7 behind him.
That's when you realized that $150,000 in the bank was nothing.
I realized at that point, the motherfucker sitting next to me had more money than me, obviously. He was going to spend more. And that night, he went crazy. He probably popped 25 bottles. I ain't never seen nothing like it. But that night, I had a friend over there in his section, and I asked my friend, matter of fact, before his 20 bottles came out, because you know it take a while to get, I had 4 or 5. So my friend was over there, so I just gave him one, like, hey, man, you know, I can't drink all this. Here, y'all can have one. And the white guy seen it. So after he seen it, he rope and clipped the rope back. He was like, nah, yeah, you partying with us. We gonna party together. So that's literally how it started. We partied. My friend who was over in this section, me and him was chopping it up, and I ended up chopping it up with the white guy. Me and the white guy ended up getting cool. Before you know it, I was asking him questions like, damn, man, like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? He told me, he said, I own a roofing company. Now, mind you, he was younger than me. Now, me and him was just friends. It wasn't no business. It was just, you know, I still had my IT government job. He had his own roofing company, and that was it.
So after that, then what? After
that, we end up, I never forget it. The very next night, I get a phone call from my friend. He was like, hey, Matt, his name is Matt. He was like, Matt wants you to come out. He was like, you was cool.
That's the guy
that's the guy, yeah. That's
had the 2 girls.
Yeah, that's
right?
the guy with the 2 girls. That we're gonna call him. 2-girl guy.
2-girl guy.
He was like, I want you to, he's like, tell your man to come out. So I bet I come out, and as soon as I get there, right, this shit was funny. I'm in the section. He got all these girls. And I was like, that back then I was drinking Tito's. I said, let me get a bottle of Tito's. Now,
so you ain't do the champagne thing for a second?
Nah, I wasn't doing the champagne, man. Give me some Tito's.
You had $150,000 in your account?
Man, I was tight then, gluten-free. Shit. Had a 6-pack.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Gluten-free. So I tell them to bring the Tito's. So they bring the Tito's out. One sparkler, she doing her dance. The white boy said, who brought this one bottle? Who got this little shit out here? I'm looking like, hey, man, that was me. He pulled me to the side. He was like, nah, man, no disrespect. I appreciate you doing that. You know, a lot of people that be coming around me don't be spending no money.
I got you.
Well, I was like, look, man, I got my own money for what I drink. You know, he had another 20 bottles come out.
Sheesh.
I wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, that's what our relationship kind of got tight. And not only was I doing IT, I was actually bartending too. So I was working at Roof Chris in the area.
Okay.
So I was bartending and doing IT.
So let me ask you this, right? You said, like, before you said, a lot of people see a lot of things in you that you didn't see in yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So what did this man see in you to invite you back to the club just to, you know what I'm saying, just to conversate or just to party again?
I felt like he hung out with a lot of guys that probably moosed on him because he had a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? He had a lot of money and he was burning through it, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. He out every night, 20 bottles. I mean, I'm averaging bottles back then, $200-300 a bottle, whatever. They was a little bit cheaper back then, but he burning through it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people just want to hang with him.
Because he got money.
Because he got money. Yeah. I necessarily didn't want to hang with him. I ain't know him like that. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like he rocked with me because I was still holding my own in an environment where he was going to spin it anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really on that. Plus, I ain't drink what they drunk. They drunk champagne. I ain't drink that shit.
You ain't a champagne person?
Nah, I wasn't in.
What's your drink of choice?
I mean, to be honest, I know everybody like the Clase Azul, the 42, but man, give me a bottle of Don Julio Reposado. I'm
that's
cool
me,
with that.
Dog.
Cool.
It don't give me no headache.
It don't give me no headache.
I'm not a drinker, but it don't give me no headache.
Shit,
so I'm still trying to find hey, look, man, I'm still trying to put everything together. I'm still trying to find a correlation between IT and roofing.
So it really wasn't no correlation. I just seen somebody I'd seen somebody getting some money. That's what
Okay.
it was. I necessarily didn't like the field I was in 100%.
I got you.
But I seen somebody in the field get money. So what happened was, as me and his friendship evolved, he pulled me to the side one day. He said, "You'll be great at sales." I'm like, "Selling what?" He said, "Selling roofs." I'm like, "Man, get out of here,
So you
man."
thought what was your first thought when you said you'd be great at sales? Like in your mind, you thought it was some illegal stuff?
Nah, I knew it was roofing. I knew it was sales for the department because I had been, like me and him, we had got cool. So he might hit me up like, "Man, I got these 2 joints with me. We about to go to," that's how he moved. "We got these 2 joints when we about to go to lunch. What you doing?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, shit, and I got to get off at 2. I mean, can I pull up?" So I'm pulling up at 2. He got 2 joints. So I knew he was in the roofing, he was doing roofing sales.
I got you.
But I was bartending, and the reason he said I would be good at sales, he was like, "You bartend anyway." He said, "You talk to people all day." Say, "That's what you do."
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Yeah, you're right." He was like, "Well, let me show you another way." So I come into the office, I learn a little bit. I go out on like 2 or 3 sales, and I sell all 3.
Okay.
Knock them down on a
Let me ask
Saturday.
you a question.
On a random Saturday.
What was you remember your pitch?
Oh yeah, man. He had a whole pitch, man. The pitch is from a bigger company, but the pitch is from start to finish. You explain, you talk about the company, you talk about the products, you talk about what are you gonna provide. You provide a price, and after you provide a price, your goal that day is to close that deal.
Okay.
It ain't really, you're not there for a free estimate. Everybody say, "Oh, you're there for a free estimate." That's bullshit.
Okay.
You there to close the deal. You know what your numbers are already because he taught you all that. And then you know what you need to be selling for.
Okay.
So I was good. I sold. He had financing available, so it made it easy for the consumer. So I sold the first 3 deals, and I think I made on a random Saturday, I think I made like 12 bands.
On a Saturday?
On a Saturday.
Sheesh.
I made 12 bands on the Saturday. I sold 3 big jobs. I made probably like 3, 4, 5,000. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I started. So look, the next week he called me into the office. He said, "You like bartending?" I said, "Man, I love bartending." He said, "How much you make in your bartending?" I said, "Man, I make about 80, 90, maybe 100.
Mm-hmm.
He called me in, wrote me a check, 100,000. He said, "This should pay for the year."
What?
Wrote me a check.
Hold on. Come again?
Wrote me a check for what I made that year.
So he wanted you to just quit bartending and work.
Quit bartending and work full time.
So that was like a bonus.
Nah, nigga, that was my salary for the year.
Sheesh. So that's how y'all linked up.
That's how we linked up.
Wow, that's dope. So what's your relationship now?
Oh, we cool. We definitely cool. He's definitely an 8-figure company at this point.
So do you consider him as a mentor? Do you call him still for like advice?
Yeah,
or
most definitely.
like
I call him. We still chop it up. Not just him. As the company has evolved, I go to I feel like educating yourself in your industry is very important. So I still go to roofing conventions. I meet up with bigger companies that's like in the area, companies that are outside the area, see what they're doing as far as marketing, sales, just their day to day. So I have a lot of bigger companies that are mentors, different CEOs in different markets.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't believe in continual education. People think once you get to a certain level of entrepreneurship, you're supposed to stop. But you got courses, you got other ways you can educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't. You got seminars, you got summits.
Yeah,
you feel me? Because I still pay for education, and people don't understand that. Like you have to continue, because if you don't grow, you die.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You don't grow, you die. If you want to elevate in this game, as far as being successful, you always got to stay busy. You always got to educate yourself. You always got to know what's going on, the new shit. And now you got not IT, but you got AI and all that stuff that's going on. So it's a lot. It's a lot that comes to, because I still educate myself. I still pay for classes. I still pay for seminars. I still make sure that I'm on top of my game. Right?
And I mean, to be honest, that's very important. We do the same thing. You got to think roofing is integrated into so many things. And you got to think every business or building you ever roll by, guess what it got on top of it?
A roof.
I don't give a damn if it's a doghouse. You got a roof on it too.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, things in my industry have evolved, like the material that people use. You know what I'm saying? Just even the way that people track their marketing and sales, like different programs. Like I use a program called Job Nimbus.
Is that an AI?
It's a marketing tool. It's like Salesforce.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's something it's for data purposes.
Okay.
Then I also use an app called Company Cam that store all my photos. Imagine your guys doing all these jobs and sending you pictures. You need something to store all your pictures. So just storing all the data. And I also have my customers stored. So say if I decide to send in 10 years, I decide to send an email blast, hey, we doing roof tune up. Boom. I'm charging $700 a roof tune up and I got 20,000 customers in that database. You know what I'm saying?
So that's a part of your marketing strategy.
That's a part of marketing strategy.
So how much money you spend on marketing, period?
Marketing right now, I probably spend about $50,000 a month on marketing.
Sheesh.
Yeah, $50,000.
You spend over $600,000 a year on marketing.
Yeah. I tell people the roofing business is I call it the 30-30-10 rule. 30%
Break
material,
that down for me.
30% material, 30% labor, 30% profit, and 10% bullshit. The bullshit is when I run over Miss Smith, her nice roses, or I break a goddamn window.
Nice roses,
man. I done ran over roses. I done cracked concrete. Pulling the trucks in. I done damaged windows, just throwing debris off the top. And it's part of the business. I done stepped in people's drywall from being in the attic. You know what I'm saying? Doing insulation. So it's just part of the business.
So talk to me about your business. How is it structured?
Man, the business, I ain't gonna lie, man. I could talk about CS1 all night.
Man, talk to me, my brother.
Man, let me tell you about CS1. So CS1 is structured into 3 different businesses.
Okay.
So CS1 remodeling is one aspect of the business where I do renovation of apartment complex. Say an owner buys an apartment complex.
Okay.
They want to renovate it. They want new cabinets, countertops, floors, backsplashes, tile, plumbing, electrical. That's what we do. So that's one aspect of the business. But we get them, we do them pretty big, like 1,000 at a time. So I might get an owner who buys 1,000 units.
1,000 units?
1,000 units at a time. I just did North Hill, which is up the street. I got a property called the Benjamin that's in close to Hyattsville area. Then I just got that $12 million contract. I think that's about.
You keep saying $12 million like it's units. Just money on the damn floor, bro.
I mean, it's not all mine, 30-30-30. 30-30-30.
I'm just saying though.
Over the course of 2-3 years too. So, when you spread it out, make some good numbers. So that's one part. So I got CS1 roofing. So where we do roofing, residential and commercial. So I do big roofs, big as Walmart and Targets. Then I do something small as a townhome or a row home in DC. And then I got CS1 solar. Now my CS1 solar is my biggest money maker.
How much?
I mean, if we did 9 million, CS1 solar did 5 of that by themselves. Yeah.
Dog, you spend these numbers out like.
Yeah. I mean, it's big numbers, but it's also a lot of work. So in those different markets, we remove solar panels, we reinstall solar panels, we redo the roofing aspect. If the homeowner had any interior damage, meaning like drywall, floor damage from an interior leak from the solar panels, we fix that too.
So how many people do you employ?
So right now I got, with my project managers, about 95 employees.
95? You 42, bro.
Man, 42, man. And to be honest, man, I got some big homies that I'm direct friends with.
Okay.
They're a little younger than me and they going crazy too. So I'm just.
They're in your company?
Not in the company that's, doing, other companies doing kind of what I'm doing. And they younger than me.
They learning from you?
They're younger than me. These guys
they learning from you?
I mean, they learn from some aspect for sure.
Okay.
I'm still teaching them.
God, dog, I want bro, because it's.
Man, I appreciate it.
I'm astounded because at your age with that type of knowledge, man, you had to really keen into your craft. How much do you love what you do?
Man, they say you do something you love, you never work another day in your life. That's a true statement. Hey, look, I don't work.
Yeah, it's a statement.
I don't work.
It's a statement that E.T. said, right? That I still keep it to this day, right? It said, if you love what you do as much as you can breathe, I don't know if I messed it up, that's when you know you are living your purpose.
Well, I'm living my purpose. I ain't gonna lie, man.
God.
It's not just from the business aspect. I love the fact that, and I'll be honest, my in-house staff is all black. All my project managers.
Keeping the family.
They make 6 figures. Every one of my project managers make 6 figures. And they all look like me. I love it. You know what I'm saying? everyone runs a division. I got Alexa, she runs the operations the day to day. I got Tevin Goffigan, he runs my FSD side, that's the solar side. I got Anthony Walker, he runs my outside sales. Then I got Lionel
Shout
Webster.
out to Tony, man. I got Tony.
Shout out to Tony.
Yeah.
I got Lionel Webster. He runs my outside interior portion of the business. And, you know, everybody in the office is doing what they need to do. Like I say, they getting their bread. They handling business. I ain't even got to step in. When I step in the office, they be looking at me like, what you doing here? I'm like, I'm here to see what's going on. But they got it. They got it going.
And look, the crazy part about it, right, as successful as you are, it's been times where, you know, I cut your head. You know what I'm saying? That you still book like an 8 o'clock appointment and you be like, Rich, I've been up since 4 o'clock. I got my coffee. I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Why are you still getting up so early though?
I mean, I just feel like it's more my passion at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I love what I do. And I'll be honest, I stepped away from the business a little while and let the business run itself.
Okay.
To see how it would operate. And to be honest, it operated smooth. It didn't necessarily need me. And I feel like that's what most business owners are trying to get to, the point where their business can successfully run itself. You can make money in your sleep. You can step away. And my business can do that, but I'll be honest, man, when I walked away, I got bored. I was sitting in the house, fuck it,
hey, look, that's
eating, playing video games.
That's where you know, like, a lot
I was like, I
if
didn't get my head back in the office.
If you notice a lot of athletes, right, when they quit their sport, they're still in there some way, somehow, because once they leave, they don't know what else to do. That's all they know.
I agree.
That's all they know. Like with me, when I take I don't really take that much vacation, which I need to work on. But when I take a vacation after 3 days, I'm thinking about what fade I'm gonna get when I come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I be missing what I do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I asked you that, because when you're doing something that you love, man, it just sticks with you.
It does. That's a true statement. And like I said, I love what I do. I love the customer aspect. Coming into the office and the camaraderie I have in my office. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest, bro. Sometimes I love just coming in the office, buying everybody lunch. As small as that may seem to me, I love doing that. You know what I'm saying? Or coming in the office knowing that they had a crazy week where the revenues was what we took home as a company, 100,000 in a week. I may give 20 away. Fuck it. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Wow. Hey, can I work for you, man? You know, I do all right.
After you just did this cut. God damn, nigga ain't never cut me like this. I need to be on the podcast every week.
Hey, look, I work.
Hey, Will, the nigga ain't do. He hit me with the surfboard. He normally hit me with the. I be in there, had to turn my head sideways to get a straight angle.
Hey, look, stop
I'm just
playing,
saying
man.
though. No, I'm fucking with.
Hey, look, though.
No, I had to take that. I had to take the hat off, man. That shit looking good.
Hey, my nigga. Hey,
I might go to Rose by tonight. Fuck that.
Oh, you going out tonight?
I might be outside tonight. Don't judge me.
Hey, look. So, what's your payroll look like though every year?
Whew. 30. I said 30, 30, 30, 10. I think if I made $9 million last year, payroll for sure was 3.5 to 4 million for sure. That's payroll. And we pay every week. Payroll was damn for sure 4 million. And I guarantee material was about another 3, so that's 7. That leave me with what, about 2? That ain't bad. And then what I do with that, and I make a lot of people talk about the money they make, about what they do with it.
Got you.
So I take the revenue stream that CS1 makes, and I invest in Vanguard ETFs. I invest in mutual funds. I invest in commercial real estate. I do some flip sometimes. So it's never really that cash on hand I got. It's always like, it's like you always somewhere making some money for me. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
You make money while you sleep.
Yeah. And to be honest, at 42, man, I'm trying to set up for my retirement. To be honest, I'm trying to set up where I can have $25,000 a month coming in. That'll take care of me. House paid for, cars paid for, and I feel like $25,000 a month. I can sit back.
You can sit $25 a month. You can sit back with all your investments that you got.
All my investments, everything coming in, $25 a month with investments. Yeah, I can sit back and chill. Not saying I'm retiring anytime soon.
I got you. You 42.
But
so let's just say this, right? Do you have a time where you like a space where you're gonna retire between a certain age? You gonna kick your feet up?
Oh, 55, I'm done.
55?
It's over. And it's not over in the aspect of not making money, but it's over in the aspect of any of the day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? I'll hire a CFO and a CEO under me You know what I'm saying? And I'll do what's called profit sharing with them people, with those individuals.
Do your kids emulate you as far as what you do?
For sure. I feel like my daughter, she's an entrepreneur. She's in college. She goes to Howard, my oldest.
Okay.
She's doing hair, and I don't know whether she's doing hair in class half the time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's the entrepreneur. My son, he's definitely gonna be an entrepreneur. He's graduating high school. My nephew too. And my youngest daughter, actually. I feel like all my kids, they got some type of hustle in them. You know what I'm saying? They got a little hustle in them. It hasn't evolved yet. But even with me, that took time. Like, I ain't started my company since I was 35 years old.
You don't really push them too hard as far as...
I feel like kids should be kids. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for them to evolve to be young adults, that's when I'll push them. Now, do I teach them about the business? Yes. Do I teach them about smart money-making decisions? Yes. But do I push them to be what I am? No. I want them to be their own individual.
That's how I feel, because a lot of parents want their kids to live their dreams.
Nah, you can't do that.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, you got to allow the child to be a child to really experience the pitfalls and the ups and downs of life. And then they can, once they experience that, they can find out their passion.
I agree. Like, I always wanted my kids to go to college so they can experience something I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
College is great. Like,
the relationship you build are great.
Yeah.
The friendships.
It's not even about their major. It's about finding who they are. When you go to college, you really find out if you want to be in college or not, if college is for you or not. You know, so sometimes it's good for a person to really actually attend a college to really find themselves. Yeah. So I don't shun college. It ain't for me. But if somebody, like my oldest son is in Morgan State. He about to graduate. Now he graduated in journalism. He love it. The one after him, he going to school to be a lawyer. I can't tell him no, because I don't like college. You understand what I'm saying? So I let him experience that. And if it ain't for them, I'm like, you know what? What do you have to fall back on?
That makes sense. I mean, I also feel like college is not required anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could it's a lot of trades. You could be an electrician. You could be a plumber. You could be in IT. You know, I feel like all those trades, you know, you could be very successful in them. You can own your own business as an electrician or a plumber, or even in IT. I got a lot of friends that have those businesses too, and they do very well.
So that's a good thing. Let me double back on one thing I want to ask you as far as your business, right? 3 things I don't play with. 3 letters I don't play with, right?
The I, the R, and the S?
I don't play with the C, the I, and the A. I don't play with the F, the B, and the I. And most definitely, I don't play with the I, the R, and the S.
I'm about to end the podcast. I take the mic down and drop that motherfucker on the floor and step on it and walk out. I didn't do that. I drop the mic.
Hey, Mello, I don't play with none of them, bro.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Y'all not gonna believe this. So the first year I'm in business, right?
Yeah.
Can't tell me nothing. I got an Acrotil. I'm throwing shingles in, driving to people's houses. I'm making some money.
Yeah.
My money. I think my first year in business, no bull, I make about 150. And you know what I did? I stuffed it under the mattress. I told myself, I'm going to save all my money. I'm going to be smart. And I'm going to save my money. Until I got that motherfucking phone call. Hey, this is the IRS. You owe us 30% of what you made. I'm like, 30% of what I made?
Oh, that hurt.
I owe y'all 50,000? They said at the time I went to the tax, I was going to H&R Block. You'll never go there. Never go to them motherfuckers no more. So I go to H&R Block. I'm like, look, this is my paperwork. Let me do my taxes. They like, oh, you owe 50,000. I'm like, how I owe 50,000? And mind you, I made 150. I didn't save 150. I probably saved 50,000.
Got you.
So they're like, nah, you owe 50,000. Now mind you, I don't have no 1099 for my guys. I don't have no W-9. I don't have nothing. So I'm in the tax office. They like, yeah, you liable for all that income. So I'm like, oh, I don't know what the fuck. I had to pay 50,000. I was on a payment plan. But with that being said, that was a
learning moment.
In business, that was the most significant business to me, because I didn't know how to navigate the waters of the IRS. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that I needed to give everybody W-9 so I can get them 1099s at the end of the year. Yeah. I didn't know I was supposed to itemize my Home Depot and stuff like that.
What's the difference between a W-9 and a 1099?
So 1099 is the form that you get them at the end of the year. The W-9 is a form that you receive with their address, social security number, first name, last name. You know what I'm saying? So you can do the 1099 at the end of the year.
Okay.
But I didn't receive enough paperwork. And to be honest, most of my guys were illegal. So I didn't, I couldn't even track them down. So I ended up having to eat that bullet. End up spending, end up $50,000 for sure.
Wow.
Yep.
Look, to anybody watching this, get your paperwork right.
Man, you better
get
your paperwork
over. If you starting from the beginning, the first thing you got to do is make sure you know the paperwork side. Because IRS don't play. You see all these rappers going to jail. You see all this entertainers broke. What they say, they putting their trust in accountants that don't even do their taxes. Taxes is very important when it comes to this being an entrepreneur. I'm telling y'all. So make sure your paperwork right when you step in this game. Structure your stuff, get your LLC, find your write-offs and all of that, but make sure your paperwork right, because IRS gonna want their share. And that's the least they want is 30%. 30%
at the level that you at.
That's the least they want is 30%.
The more money you make, it determines the tax brackets. And I think I might be incorrect. I think it's 33% or 36%. I think
where you
33%.
at right now as far as the tax bracket?
Oh, for sure. I'm at the highest one. They taking it all. But my business is structured where I'm an S corporation. So being I'm an S corp, I'm what's called a pass-through company. So all the money that the business makes, it pass through to me. And I have the write-offs already. Like a lot of people say, and I hate people say this, if I got all that money, I wouldn't go out and spend it on no expensive truck, or I wouldn't buy this and I wouldn't buy that.
They don't get it though.
They don't get it though. You need them write-offs. So at the end of the year, Rich, if I gave you, if you made $1 million at the end of the year and I say, what you gonna write off? You're gonna have to write off a whole lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I advise people to get either a credit card, and you use that individual credit card to just write all your stuff. I'm talking about write off your vehicle, write off your gas, meals, trips that you travel. Like I travel to New York a lot for the business, Jersey. All that stuff is considered a write-off.
Even when you go to lunch.
When I go to lunch, yep.
You're having a meeting, a business meeting. Even when you're on vacation.
Even parties. Christmas party, that's a write-off.
All your clothes that you
all
wear.
My clothes, your luggage, that's a write-off. I do charitable donations, so we do coat drives. Okay. All that's a write-off.
I hope y'all peeping game. This
you
man
gotta
dropping
know.
A whole lot of gems. Man.
I hope so, because if not,
man, I'm telling you, man,
figure it out.
The business side of it, man, people don't understand. They think that this is just easy to do because you're doing what you love. You still got to be accountable for the paperwork.
Yep. And if any of your followers need a good account, I have one. So you
can throw a plug.
Her name is Nadine Smith, black-owned account, CPA firm.
Yeah.
Not only does she do accounts, she does the day-to-day bookkeeping. She does P&L statements. That's your profit and loss. So you can determine how much money you're making versus losing.
Mm-hmm.
She do those quarterly. She does the business tax. And a lot of my employees, some of my employees are what's called I-9 employees. So the government made it, it's funny. The government won't give them a social security number, but they'll give them a tax number so they can pay taxes. They not legal. They not legal.
What?
Listen, the government gives them a tax number that they can file taxes. They not legal immigrants. They are illegal, but the government gives them tax ID numbers so they can file taxes.
So you here legally, but you still got to pay taxes
for
on
sure.
being illegal.
Yeah.
So we ain't, if we don't catch you good. Just pay taxes on what you owe. 9 times,
well, all my guys, they have their paperwork in. So they're in process of being legal. So they ICE ain't picking them up, but they don't have the socials yet. So they do have those I-9 numbers so they can file taxes, which is crazy.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Look, I was scrolling through Instagram, right? I follow you. And this really touched my heart. I'm not gonna lie. This has been one of the things that, in due time I'm gonna do. You went back to Alabama and I see you, man. Like it actually brought tears to my eyes. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I see you, you bought your mama a house, man. Every little boy's dream is to do something for their mama, man. So how did that feel, my brother?
Man, that I'll be honest, man, that's probably the most significant thing I could have did in my life. For real.
And just seeing the smile, and she was crying, the smile on her face, and the tears of joy coming down her eyes, man. That it made me cry.
Yeah. My grandma had schizophrenia. So when my grandma was young, she lost my mom and all her siblings.
Wow.
So my mom grew up in group homes too. You know what I'm saying? So even though I was taken away from home, I never blame my mom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
she grew up different. Group
Gotcha.
homes, in the street, hustling on her own. You know what I'm saying? And then when I was young, my sisters are younger than me. I got 2 sisters that are younger than me. I watched my mom work 3 jobs. I remember when it was only a can of food in the house.
Wow.
Like, that's some real shit. So for me to do that for my mom, man, that was the most important moment in my life. You know what I'm saying? Her house is paid for cash and she retired. She ain't got to want for nothing.
Wow.
And I got money set up for her. If anything was to ever happen to me, she going to be taken care of for the rest of her life. Facts.
Man, I'm proud of you, my brother. I'm proud of you, man. And anybody that's watching this, man, that's an entrepreneur, man. Just make sure that you take care of the people that took care of you when you was growing up, man.
And what I like to tell the young cats, man, to do what I did, you don't have to play ball. You ain't got to be no football player, no athlete.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Just go out here and be a hard working, you know what I'm saying? Go out here and make your bread.
So let me ask you this, right? Speaking of that, right? You know, a lot of people are lost about what they want to do in life, right? They're trying to find themselves, right? How do you go about that? Trying to figure out your niche, trying to figure out what you want to do in life. And you just in the wrong company, in the wrong environment, in the wrong area. How do you overcome all of that?
To be honest, man, first you gotta get out of those areas, man. I feel like the entrepreneur it's only a small amount of entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, you just really gotta want it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And sometime I went to a convention.
Okay.
I'll give an example. Shit messed me up. This dude was a multi-millionaire bringing in taking home $15 million a year. And guess what the motherfucker owned?
What?
Porta Johns.
Lie.
He said everybody got a piss and shit.
Get out of here.
True statement. He's buying for the festivals, all the big conventions, saying all that to say you never know what your niche will be. So with that being said, never shut any doors. Never say, oh, like if somebody would tell you, Rich, you should buy 5 Porta Johns. You shouldn't be like, man, Porta John, fuck around.
Buy 5 barbershops.
There you go. But you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, but never just discount, never disregard what may be for you that God may be showing you. Like this is your lane. I'm giving it to you. But you like, man, that's beneath me. Never do that. That's what I say about an entrepreneur. And then an entrepreneurship spirit is just, I feel like it's there. It's not something that it's not something you can give. I feel like some people are meant to work, and that's okay. I don't mind that. But some people are meant to be entrepreneurs. Yeah. So I say if you got it in you, you'll know it. You just got to find your niche. You got to find it.
So, do you want to mentor people? I mean, are you into mentoring as far as there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of young guys out here that's lost, looking for a way, don't know where they are, even if they don't want to do roofing. You know, you got a lot of information, you are a very intelligent person. So have you ever thought about, putting some them young boys under your wings and mentoring them?
I do feel like at this point in my life, I'm ready for that. I feel like I wasn't before because I didn't have all the pieces to the puzzle. I still don't have all the pieces, but I feel like I got enough pieces to the puzzle to know what the puzzle look like now. So now I feel like I can open the door and, start with a small course on what does an LLC look like? What is, achieving a EIN or bank account, like starting from the ground up. The whole structure of a business. Yeah. I feel like I have it now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even navigating the IRS and just different avenues of a business, I feel like now I'm ready. And like I say, the business kind of operates itself. So now I can kind of pull back and let it, kind of do its thing. So now I feel like I'm at that point now. It's time for me to start doing it.
You know what? Our ancestors left a lot of hieroglyphics on the wall, right? In Egypt, with all of the achievements that they did, as far as the Sphinx, the monuments and all, not just the monuments, but I'm looking for the word.
The Mayan ruins and all that.
Yeah, not just that. They left a lot of stuff on the walls for us to really move forward when it comes to. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, they're saying that media or even content creation is the new hieroglyphics, right? The question I'm asking you is this, right? When you sit back, right, and kick your feet up, maybe when you're 55, right, and you hang your jersey on the Raptors, right? What do Melo want to be remembered by?
You know what? It's not just, I'll be honest, man. I want to see us want to be a family-owned business for generations and generations to come. That's what I want to be known as. I want to be the franchiser that you see out here on the day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? I want to see us the one to be that. And I want to be remembered as, I'll be honest, man, just a hardworking individual. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That did mentor some people and then did show some people the way. I want to be remembered as that, you know? That's it for me.
Yeah, man. Because me, man, I did it my way. I just want people to remember me by that. I gave it all. Everything that I put my heart into, I gave it 100%. You know, and the thing is, I didn't do it for me. I did it because this is what I was brought here for. I did it for my purpose. You know, so it's a great accomplishment for whenever I do something, and it makes me the feeling that I get when I do it. Like this podcast right here, I just didn't get up and do it. It was a vision that I got, and I didn't get it by myself. The creator gave me this vision and told me, Rich, you know, you need to educate people. You need to bring people to the forefront that's lost, that can learn from the information that anybody that's coming to your podcast will give them. And once I got that download, that's all it took for me. And then I try to structure it to the point where everybody that comes in here is going to give somebody something. Once they watch this show or whatever episode that they're watching, they're going to get something out of it. So, you know, man, I appreciate you, man, for what you're doing. Like every time I talk to you, it's everything. Everything I speak to you about is very, very enlightening. You a free-spirited person, and you always like, it's been times where you come sit in my chair and the money that you give me, man, I'm like, come on, bro. I ain't do that much. My haircut wasn't that fresh.
I mean, I don't know. You got me ready to go out the road by the
You know
night.
what I'm saying? I'm
Did
like,
one
man,
today,
you know,
buddy.
I just want to let you know, man, like I got to give you your flowers, man. As a young man doing your thing, man, I appreciate the things that you do, man. And you know, keep doing your thing, man. Only way, you know what I'm saying? And man, it's about action. Women is more intuition and more internal. We more instinctive. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So keep showing what you're doing to the people, man. Don't stop, my brother. Even when you're retired, don't stop, man. Even if it's through words, even if it's through motivation, even through enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? I want you to continue doing what you're doing, man. I want to know that our Black people appreciate you. Everybody that's going through something appreciate you, from coming from like your humble beginnings to where you are now to where you're going to be later on down the line, man. I appreciate you, man. So if you got any last words to give to the people, man, this is your chance, my brother.
Well, I wanna give a shout out to you too, man. I'll be honest, like sitting in the barber chair, a lot of people don't understand. Like sometimes I may be talking to you about something. You may be giving me advice that you don't really know you give me advice. You know what I'm saying? I may be running things by you just to see your perspective, because you are an entrepreneur as well, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you're a little older than me. So I may be saying like, damn, how does Rich see it too? You know, I might be just talking to you about it. And everybody in the barbershop, you know what I'm saying? Just kicking ideas. So, and I'll be honest, my business, when I was, you know, when it was in the beginning, I used to talk to my barber. His name Rico Hawkins. He actually owns his own roofing company now too. I used to kick ideas at him too. So, hey, what I will say to everybody, man, is like, this man right here, he gonna help you get to where you need to be, man. So when you sitting in that chair, man, kick them ideas to him, because he may open up a door that you necessarily didn't think about. You know what I'm saying? Just a different way of thinking. And that's what it is to be an entrepreneur. But what I will say to everybody, look, man, everybody you meet, you know what I'm saying? Everybody you meet in an entrepreneur space is something you can learn from them. I tell people all the time, take the gems you can take. Everything is not to be taken. Like, you don't have to sit here and say, oh, I'm going to start a roofing company and I'm going to do it how Carmelo did it. You don't have to do it how I do it. But what I'm going to do is I'll give you the foundation to start it and get it going. And then, you know, you let it evolve as it evolves. And that's what I want to say to everybody.
And I appreciate you, my brother. Like this has been one of them, man.
Man,
If this don't go viral, I don't know what else will.
Hey man, this is
this
as real as it get, man.
Look,
this is me. This is me on the tequila. You know, just spitting out the knowledge, man.
Hey, look, talk to the people about your business and where they can find you at, my brother.
Hey man, look, the name of the company is CS1 Remodeling, 4546 Beach Road. We in Temple Hills, Maryland. The number is 1833 CS1 Roof. That's ROOF. We do roofing, windows, siding, and gutters. We do residential. We do commercial. Now, don't get it twisted. I can do a bathroom, a kitchen. We get crazy on them too now. But my primary, we primarily do exterior remodeling. So, you know, we do some heavy lifting. So no job is too big. No job is too small.
Man, I appreciate you, man.
My Instagram is C_M3110. Check me out. A lot of partying on there, but I get the business too. Get the business too now.
Hey, look, y'all know who I am. Rich Custody Barber. Rich Talk Podcast, man. Hey, look, this conversation has been, man, I'm trying to tell you, brother. I didn't know it was gonna go like this, but I knew it was gonna go like this.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like they say, right? Sometimes the information don't come to you; it comes through you. You know what I'm saying? So every time I meditate, that's all I ask for. Don't let the information come to me; let it come through me, man.
I like it.
This has been an enlightening conversation with my brother, man. Hopefully y'all took something out of this, man. There's more to come, man. And you know, we later on.
Yeah, Will over there talking shit. Will over there talking shit.
We might go party later on tonight, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with this man, but
hey, man.
You know, he got his Louis on.
I don't know, man.
Hey, look, before we leave, tell us what you got on, man.
Oh, man, we just got a bust down rollie, man. BS1 diamonds. That's all with the bracelets.
God,
we got the Hermes bracelets on, the Louis down. I think my drawers Louis got.
Hey, look, tell him what you pulled up in, though.
Man, S63 AMG, nothing, something small. You know, the wagon in the shop. The wagon the wagon in the shop.
Hey, look, the G-Wagon in the shop.
And I ain't gonna lie. I just put my order in for the Ferrari.
God.
We ain't gonna talk about that too much. We're gonna leave that alone. That's coming to a summer near you.
We ain't gonna talk no more. We just some young brothers.
It's coming to a summer near you.
A summer near you? I like that. I like that, man. Look, that's it. And that's it. And look, I hope y'all enjoyed this. And hope y'all enjoyed this episode, man. Tune in for some more, man. Just like, subscribe, and comment, man. If you like this episode, man, you want to hear some more about some entrepreneurs, man, look, this where you at. Rich Talk Podcast, man. We here to stay, man. This ain't no joke, man. We here to stay, man. Y'all have a good night.
So please come.